I'm already missing a piece. Somebody probably enjoying it. So, if you want to learn it fast, how to make Knafeh, stay tuned. It starts now. So, now after looking into the ingredients, we're going to make something with a few ingredients, but each ingredient is in good quality here. It's very nice. We're going to make Knafeh. It's a type of dessert from the Middle East, and it's made with shredded phyllo dough, pistachios, usually cheese from the Middle East. I'm going to use mascarpone here, a little bit to make it multicultural, you know, using the mascarpone, pistachios, and I want to try it with the maple syrup. Usually it's made with simple syrup, which is 50-50 water and sugar, but I don't like to use too much sugar. I prefer the natural, so I want to try it a little bit with the maple syrup. Also, the mascarpone, in my opinion, has its natural sweetness to it, so it's going to be very nice. Let's start by roasting a little bit the pistachios and melting the butter for the dough. I prefer to roast the pistachios in a pan to give them a little bit of small crust outside and intense the color inside. If you want, you can do it also in the oven, but make sure the oven is on really low heat, like 80-100 degrees Celsius. Fahrenheit is around 200, I think. And make sure to check on them. Otherwise, the green color is going to change really fast, and after that you're going to have like brown pistachios instead of having them green and nice. So, and we're using here all the butter. You have all the ingredients and the method of cooking in the description below if you want to check it out. We're going to melt all of it and after that mix it with the other oil. Beautiful. When the pistachios are ready, take them out to a plate. Open them a little bit on the plate so they're going to chill down. When the butter is already half melted, you can take it out as well. We don't want to burn it. Make sure to be careful, yeah, because the butter is hot now. Usually I'm using a pan for Knafeh with high edges. So we're going to put everything inside, cook it, roast it, and after that flip it to a plate, and after that put it back on the other side for us. So let's go back to the other table. To the butter, after it's already chilled, we're going to add some oil. And we're doing a combination of oils here, so the burning point of the fat here is going to increase a little bit, if you understand what I mean. Because the burning point of butter, it's around 160 Celsius, 160, 150, something like that. And the oil is around 200. You see, so if you add in a little bit oil to it, the burning stage is going to be a little bit higher. So the butter is not actually going to burn. And the phyllo, when you're going to cook it in the pan, it's actually going to cook, you know, because sometimes the pan is too hot and you have already the color, but the dough is not cooked yet. And after when people eating it, it's like, you feel it's like raw dough. This way, you have a nice combination of the fat. Also, you have a little bit less butter, you know. It's going to be a little bit lighter. Still, this recipe is a little bit, you know, heavy, but it's really nice. Once in a while, give yourself a present with a nice dessert. So, what we will do now, and it's work for me. So, what we will do now, add all the shredded, start adding the fat, drizzling it, mixing, drizzling more until everything is covered with the fat. We're not adding all the oil. If we need more oil, we're going to add. You have, again, all the ingredients and the method of cooking in the description below. I'm using all the butter, but I'm not using all the oil. The oil, if I'm seeing that the dough is a little bit still dry, I'm going to add more. See? So, come closer, take a look. We're going to take a pan now, the same one that we roasted the nuts, and add a little bit regular oil. Again, we're adding regular oil to allow the pan to be greased with the fat, that it's not actually going to burn the dough before it's actually going to cook itself. So, paper towel, and first of all, degrease the pan. The edges and everything, make sure everything is covered. Now we're going to start adding the dough, half of it now. After that the cheese, and after that the dough. Come closer, take a look. Now we're going to add the mascarpone and flatten it. And now the leftover dough. we have the mascarpone here. If you prefer a little bit more sweetness, I suggest you to add a little bit of the maple sauce into the mascarpone, mix it a little bit, work it out so it's going to be smooth and nice. Or if you want sugar, you can use also sugar. So now it's just time to cook the knafeh. So I'm doing it on 4 out of 9 electric stove power. You should really know your power stove. You know, if you're using power, you're using a regular heat, because you don't have chances here to flip the dessert every couple of seconds to see the color and what is happening underneath. Here it's a little bit more tricky. You're supposed to have a plate bigger than the pan. We're going to flip it, slide it back after degreasing it again with a little bit oil, and cook it on the other side. So you don't have the option to flip it back and forth, back and forth. So better to do it on low heat and give it the time, give it the heat that it's need. I'm going to add maple syrup and heat it up and reduce it a little bit. So just shake it a little bit. From the sides, you will see a little bit, maybe the color of the dough, and also the dough itself shrinks, like everything that you're actually cooking. You know, you have water, you have evaporation and everything. Just shake it and see if it actually shrinks and if you have a nice color there. We are good for flipping. So, again, careful, it's hot. Take it with a hand, hold it, and don't be afraid. Do it fast. Flip it. Beautiful color. So, take the pan from the heat. Paper towel. All the dough that you have left in the pan, put it here. We don't want excess dough that it's already colored, because it's going to go black. Now, the heat is okay. Still on, don't turn it off. Regular oil, because the butter and everything is already here. Now we're going to put regular oil, degrease it, slide the knafeh back, carefully. Yeah, use a spatula. This way you have like a type of sandwich, and it's going to be like the cheese in the middle, hot and soft and very nice, and the crunchiness on both sides. And we're going to put the syrup on top with the pistachio that we're going to crush a little bit. Sauce already reduced, very nice. Going to keep it warm. Same thing, same procedure. Yeah. Plate, hand, fast. Beautiful. So, what does it have to do? Let it chill a little bit, because when you're pouring hot liquid on hot thing, you're going to straight away soak it. We want to keep a little bit of the maple syrup a little bit outside. The pistachios, I'm using a food processor. If you want, you can use just a bag with a hammer or something like that. If you're looking to buy a food processor, a really nice one with a couple of setups, you already saw me using it a couple of times. Brown mixer, for me, it's the best. So, if you need, you have a link in the description below. So make sure to check it out. But meantime, let's crush. So, maple syrup, come closer, take a look. Beautiful, and this is how we make beautiful knafeh. Simple, easy, and with very good ingredients. And in a different way a little bit. Hoping you enjoyed this video recipe, and if you're going to try it at home, let me know in the comments below, and what you think about this one also, on the combination of the mascarpone with the maple syrup and the pistachio. Also, if you're new to this channel and you like the content on it, make sure to subscribe, because more of those recipes are coming up every week. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Andrei. This is ThinkOFood.